Hey, ladies and gentlemen, it's Real Late on Hot 97. My name is Peter Rosenberg. It is a Sunday night, and it's an exciting Sunday night because this week, finally, my man Bodega Bamz album dropped. Oh my!
Yeah.
Not only is Bodega Bamz in the building, not only is Ola in the building, Tan Boys in the building, but Tan Girls in the building.
Yeah.
You know I had to come here, hold down my squad. These are my boys.
Yeah.
I mean, let me tell you something.
My name is Laura Styles. You haven't introduced me properly, man. Come on.
Laura Styles.
Damn.
Laura Styles is here, which is Bodega Bamz. That must mean you know you're a different level when Laura Styles is willing to stay up on a Sunday night for Real Late with you.
Yo, I love it, man.
Now, is Bamz wearing his John Lennon glasses today? It's more regular.
No, because I was telling Peter about Ola's 3 blind mic glasses. 3 blind mic glasses.
Ola, pull your mic closer to yourself real quick. Now, before we get into this album, which is out on Tuesday.
Yeah, April 14th.
This is a very exciting thing for you, man.
Peter, can I say something? I'm sorry to take over. Really.
Go ahead.
This is a very special moment because I hugged Bamz on the hallway. We were walking, and I remember our conversations when we first met. I mean, he's just come a long way. I've seen the whole thing unfold, like the whole dream, and it's just really special, you know?
Yeah, she definitely was there. She definitely was there since the beginning, man. Utmost support.
Well, I mean, I remember where we were standing when she told me about you.
Yeah,
you remember where we were, Laura?
Where were we? No, I don't remember.
We were out in the whatchamacallit. What's it called? The little area right outside the studio
where
the computers are?
Yes. And I was like, yo, you gotta hear my boys, yo.
She was like, do you know about Bodega Bamz, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, and she was like, I'm gonna send you something. And then around the same time, I can't remember who first sent me the record. Someone else sent me Don Francis. You sent me a few joints. There was the one with Joel Ortiz. There's a few records you sent me early on, and that's when it all started. And here we are now. How do you feel about where things are at with Bodega Bamz? Sidewalk Exec's coming out Tuesday. We have a show on Tuesday night.
A.S.A.P. Tuesday night.
A.S.A.P. is going to be a zoo.
Yeah.
It's going to be absolutely crazy. If you've never seen a live Bodega Bamz show, I strongly recommend you get there. But how do you feel about where things are at right now, where the movement is for Bodega Bamz and Tan Boys?
I just feel amazing, man. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like people are really paying attention. Not like there wasn't before, but like I said, like my sound has just got better. You know what I mean? My visuals gotten better. You know what I mean? My attitude, everything has gotten better. We stronger. You know what I mean? Like we really making statements. We really trying to push the envelope out here, and people are really paying attention to.
What was wrong with your attitude before? That's the question.
You know what I'm saying? Like I was just real aggressive, man. You know what I'm saying? Real aggressive. I was, you know, I would be mad if somebody would say that Bodega Bamz is whack or whatever. And then, you know, God bless the dead, A.S.A.P. Yams had to put us on the side and really calm us down. Like, yo, we can't do that, Bamz.
I feel like a lot of young artists get really emotional, you know, when they're at the very beginning, when they start taking the heat from like the internet.
Of course.
Not only that, though, it's like, you know, everything is new to you. So it's like, you want people to really respect you when you come in the game, you know what I mean? So when you feel like you ain't getting the proper respect, you know what I'm saying? Like, it could tick you off. But, you know, I had good people around me that put me in place, especially Laura, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly right. Now, and you've what do you say, Ola?
Laura used to give us
a lot of talks with Laura.
Y'all are both just like, guys, we need to talk.
Laura, you kept it 100 with that?
Of course. That's why they made me a 10 girl, because I keep it 100.
Well, and you are literally a tan girl. And did you clean up everything with there were artists that you had issues with in New York. Everything's pretty copacetic at this point.
I mean, that's like, what?
It was weird. It was weird with Dizza. Y'all used to be friends. Then it got weird. Then y'all made things cool.
Yeah, you know, but Dizza's
I know it's a personal thing. That was different. That wasn't rap stuff. That was kind of a little more personal.
And I knew Smoke Dizza since I was 14 years old. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, that's some brothers fighting brothers.
I gotta tell you, I was sort of happy to play the little role that I played in helping you guys get together. And I remember that day when y'all all got together at S.O.B's and everything got straight. Because y'all are both good dudes. Like, y'all are too good of dudes to not be on the same page.
Yeah, nah, definitely. I love that boy, man. I love that man.
And if this is the kind of vibe I'm gonna get on this album, Sidewalk Exec, is this the kind of zone you were in, man?
Nah, bro, you gonna really mess with it, man. You gonna be really, I'm gonna say surprised, but you gonna be like, all right, I see where Bamz is going, man.
You really put together a complete project with this thing.
Most definitely. Like I'm really talking about I'm really talking my nonsense on here. I got my pants sagging, like I'm not playing no more, man.
I didn't know you were playing. So do you feel that there's any difficulty you're having being a Latino MC? And that oversimplifies it, because it's not just being a Latino MC. It's being a Latino MC who vocally and brand-wise embraces being a Latino MC.
Yeah.
Do you feel like there's any difficulties because of that?
Difficulties?
I mean,
What do you say, Ola?
I'm not gonna say it's difficult in a way like it affects us in any way, like we would stop doing what we're doing, but I'm pretty sure people misinterpret it.
Yeah.
And by us being pro-Latino, they probably think we're
Just for Latinos.
only for Latinos.
It's like a gift and a curse because, you know, being the fact that we really the only ones doing what we doing. So
How crazy is that, by the way?
yeah, like we really the only ones doing what we doing. So that's the gift. The curse is people are not used to that.
And by the way, we're not saying that they're the only Latino rappers. We're saying that in this very moment, in this newest movement, that in him, there aren't a lot of people talking about being Latino. They may be. There are lots of people who are half Latino, half Puerto Rican, but they may not be talking
and also
about
like the Tam Boys movement within itself. I'm trying to think about another collective,
No, there isn't.
but there isn't anything. But you know what?
You ever been to a party where there's only like 5 people there and a DJ? That's what we're doing.
But you know what's crazy? When you go to a Bodega Bamz show, there's everyone. It's
Oh, yeah, of
such a
course.
multicultural mix of people who
Of
come
course.
and vibe out and
that
have a great time.
And that's how I know I'm doing it right. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not too worried about getting Latinos because I'm Latino, so I wake up, I got my people. It's when I got the other nationalities that it means I know I'm powerful. I know I'm getting my point across. I know I'm being relatable. Like
Means they understand the message.
Yeah, like when I got, like I said, I always say, when I got an African American fan, a white fan, Chinese fan, that means a little bit more to me because I expect Latinos to relate to me. I don't expect another nationality to relate to me. So when they could, like I feel like I'm winning. I'm up.
Now, but being from Spanish Harlem is not all Spanish.
It definitely isn't.
That's another funny part that people not realize, that your experience, though unique because of that, the place you're from, even with Spanish in the title, it's still a very multi-ethnic place.
It definitely is, you know. And then when you put, you know, do the history of Spanish Harlem, El Barrio, like it was Italian in the 40s and the 50s. So it's like, yeah, it's definitely not just Latinos. It's definitely multicultural over there.
Now, speaking of El Barrio, is the little film you did out yet?
It definitely is, man.
And what's that called?
It's called The Streets Owe Me.
And
Shout
how-
to Cypher, shout to Joel.
Yeah, and I gotta tell you, man, like I haven't watched the full thing yet. I only saw the trailer. Where can people see the whole thing?
YouTube.
And how long is it? How long?
12 minutes.
Just a 12-minute little thing.
Revolt premiered it, you know what I'm saying, exclusive for 24 hours. Then we threw it on Vivo the next day.
Okay.
That was dope, man.
Who wrote and produced it? Who came up with the entire concept?
Well, I gave shout out the guy, you know what I'm saying. He was a director. I gave him the idea and he just went crazy with it. You know what I'm saying. So he set everything up. Me and Ola gave him the idea. We told him who we want in it, and he just wrote the script out. I'm really happy about that because, like I said, it just, when I was here last time, I was telling y'all, it just showcases a different hat of me. You know what I mean? Like it showcases different talent. You know what I mean? And I wanted it to be where I wanted to catch his own wave. Like I want it to be separate from Bodega Bamz the rapper. I didn't want it to look like Bodega Bamz trying to act. I want to like Bodega Bamz a rapper and this other guy's trying to be an actor. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad, and people love it. You know what I mean? People are really they want part 2 already. So
Yeah, I really want to watch. I'm excited now to watch the whole thing because I love the
Yeah, me
trailer.
too.
Like I just thought it looked well done and dope, and you could tell.
yeah, and everybody was serious about it. Like, you know, shout out to Cypher. Like, you know, Cypher's always making jokes, and he was dead serious. You know, he was
Yeah, I'm very
acting
excited
serious.
to see that. And you know, the thing is about Syph is, a lot of people think Syph, because he's Puerto Rican from the Bronx, that he's cool, and I'm glad to see him that as a snitch ass cop. You know what I'm saying? It's about time he shows his real side. You know what I'm saying? Now we gotta talk about something serious. You were very close with A.S.A.P. Yams.
Most definitely.
What the hell? Take us through when you found out about that. Like, you know, for any of us who have lost someone close, it's a crazy situation. Where were you when you got the call?
Man, I was in my crib with my son. You know what I'm saying? My son just woke up in the morning. It was like 8:30 in the morning, and I immediately called Ola. It was the first call I gave. Like, yo, Yams is dead, yo, just like that. Ola was like, what? I'm like, yo, Yams is dead, bro. So then Ola called a few other people, you know what I'm saying, and they confirmed it. And they confirmed it, you know what I'm saying. That was like just a scary moment, man. You know what I'm saying. And then at first, you know, it was shocking. You know what I'm saying, because such a person was just larger than life personality, and just him, so much of a person who was inspiring, and it was a shock. It was a shock. Like, hold up, he can't be dead. Yeah. And then when the next day, I remember, I cried from the morning to the night when I knew that man was gone. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, he ain't never coming back. You know what I mean? And then went to the funeral. You know what I mean? They did good. You know what I mean? They had him in the same funeral home as where they did Biggie and John Lennon and all them other people. So it was a good service.
Yeah, it was a beautiful service.
Beautiful service. Shout out to A$AP Blue, put it together. You know what I mean? People was there, and then we went to the burial. You know what I'm saying? And that's when cause the whole time you at the service, you like, he gonna hop out this casket.
Yeah, you always got that feeling like this is still not.
This
real.
ain't real.
Yeah.
Like he gonna, cause I can speak for myself. Like I'm sitting there like, nah, Yams gonna hop out.
Yeah, it gotta be like, it's like you still believe like, nah, my man's not.
Nah,
gone.
this is a joke.
Like,
You know what I'm saying?
this-
But
Nah, when you get to the grave site is when it gets real.
man.
that's when the like it's like, oh, it's really.
You guys were
happening.
so close. The first time I met Yams was at Bamz and Ola's crib.
yeah.
They had a really special.
How did that relationship? How did that come about? The relationship, and the friendship.
It was just so
He reached out.
he reached out through Twitter, man.
He just
Really?
seen what
Yeah,
we was
man.
doing, and he would post our stuff like on his Tumblr here and there, and just see what we was doing, and he just reached out on Twitter.
It just happened so organically, man, because before that, before A$AP became like what they are now, Yams he had like a production group and it was called A$AP. And I did a mixtape before Studio for My Poppy. It's called Lucy's and Brewskis, and one of the beats that I picked, it was production by A$AP. I had no idea who they were at the time. This is about 2010, 2011. So that's how it was, because he was Stevie at the time. So he had sent the beat to me through one of my mans, because he been a fan since forever. So when I first met Rocky in 2011, and Yams, that's the first thing Rocky would tell me, like, yo, I've been a fan, bands, this and that. And then after that, you know, Yams just DM'd me one day, like, yo, you know what I'm saying, I've been wanting to be messing with y'all. Y'all need anything, I got y'all. And
So it was really just on some hip hop love. Like he just loved the
man.
way y'all move.
He loved, because he was a Latino too. So we shared the same kind of vision. Where we want to take it, where we've been taking it at, he wanted the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Because he's half Puerto Rican, half Dominican as well. He's a fan of Pun, fan of Terror Squad. So he see the disconnect has been, because he's a fan. Like, so when he reached out, like I was saying the other day, like, ain't nobody ever affected my life the way that young man did. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could meet the president, and there's no knock to the president, but Yams really affected my life to a way.
How, just in terms of how he helped connect you and pull things together?
It was just he's really a one-on-one, yo. Like it got nothing to do with even rap. Like forget about, you know, him plugging me in over. I'm just talking about on a personal
Just
level.
the type of person
like
he was.
like being around that man for 5 minutes, like you would take that forever. Like you would be like you'll remember that time forever.
You
know
don't
what I'm
want
saying?
like you don't want it to like you don't want him to leave.
I remember the first time he came to my crib in Washington Heights when I had a studio up there, and me and Ola was excited. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even ashamed to say that. You know what I mean? Like, I was excited for this man to come to my crib, and I could sit with him. And the whole time we was like,
and
yo,
he
I
was a
hope he
young
come.
guy.
Yeah.
We're talking about a kid, essentially. I mean, when we look at this big picture of all of us,
Yeah.
it's a very young dude who had a presence that affected people so much.
Yeah. And I remember when he came, we was talking the whole night till like 6, 7 in the morning, smoking wild cigarettes, drinking wild liquor, and from there we clicked. It was over after that. People thought he was managing me, and in a sense he was, because we always used to filter all our music through him. So he was the one really telling us, do this, do that, do this, do that. I remember walking in the buildings with Yams and the way they used to treat me differently. You talking about 2012 when A$AP first came out? You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember going through Karma loops and faders, and they just look at me like, oh, Bamz is next, because that was his knowledge. Like, everybody that Yams seen next to, they were like, oh, he got something going on. Like, this guy's gonna be the next
So
one.
you think that part of the reason that you got kind of pulled into that circle of this is one of the dudes who's next is because of the association with A$AP Yams?
Absolutely. Yeah.
He's a tastemaker. Like whatever he say hot, people really listen to it.
He was the premier tastemaker in New York. Facts. Like, if you, like, he was, I seen a special noise he did, and they got Gucci Mane as like the mayor of Atlanta rap. That's how Yams was for New York.
He saw everything that was going on.
Yeah, and he just died so soon. Like, if it was 5 years from now, you would really literally, everybody who come out of New York would have to go through A$AP Yams to get that pat on the back, because that's how important he was. Like, people and
So crazy.
And what's good about it though is that people don't undermine it too. People have been showing him so much love and respect since his passing, because they know how much of a big influence we lost as far like hip hop culture in particular, but most importantly New York. Like, that was just a dude, like, you don't see a lot of dudes like that, man.
No, you don't. That was very special. That was a great tribute to hear, actually. How is the relationship with A$AP in these days in general? You've been seeing Rocky? You hearing anything? What's going on?
Rocky, you know, he running around London boy. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, come on. You know, Rocky's Hollywood Rocky right now. He's out shit.
Nah,
Ferg
travels
a lot too. We always talking though. Those are my dudes. Those are my guys, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, last time I seen them, you know, he was at the funeral. You know what I'm saying? Gave them dudes a hug. Tell them I love them. You know what I'm saying? Those are my dudes, man. Good kids, good people, man.
All right. Well, listen. I want to thank you guys for coming through. Tuesday night. Are there still tickets available?
Yeah.
There are a couple tickets left?
A couple tickets.
I'm telling you right now, though, I'm not even just saying this to be a douche. If you show up looking for tickets, you're probably not going to get them.
Yeah.
So you're going to want to get them right now.
Yeah.
S.O.B. is Tuesday night, the official release party for Bodega Bamz, Sidewalk Exec, hosted by myself, Cypher Sounds, and Laura Styles.
I'm gonna be there, of
Yes,
course. Sidewalk
yes.
Exec. I can't believe this is out. I'm so proud of you guys.
Thank you.
It's very, very exciting. I'm gonna play another joint real quick, give everyone a taste. We're also gonna have my man Father out of the ATL in the building in just a minute. You wanna play? Should we play? You wanna play El Rey or Whoop De Whoop?
Let's play Whoop De Whoop, man.
I really like Whoop De Whoop. It's my
Word.
joint right here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's called Whoop De Whoop, Blasey Blah, Bodega Bamz, off of this Sidewalk Exec
Sidewalk
album.
Exec.
It's real late on Hot 97, Tuesday.
Ever see somebody die right in front of you? Now you can't sleep, nightmares for a month or two. Ever been in beef so serious, afraid for your kids, even gotta hide your mother too?